Destination England series, and today we visit the cathedral city of Gloucester. Gloucester, a huge city on the River Severn, kind of between the Forest of Dean and the Cotswolds. The Romanesque cathedral is the jewel in Gloucester's crown, dating back to 1089. Now people always say that, don't they? Like, the 11th century or the 7th century, 1089, the Crusades, the Civil War, and I know that means nothing to most viewers and very little to me. And people ask, what did the Romans ever do for us? Well, they kicked things off in Gloucester and made it a fort in 48 AD, which means 48 yonks ago times 1,000, I think. But dates that go as far back as 1643 mean little to me. But in that time, Gloucester withstood a long siege by the royalist forces, so you'll have to get your history books out for that one. But briefly, the royalist forces fought for King Charles I during the Civil War in and around 1643, 1653. The main royalist character was obviously King Charles I, and their opponents were the parliamentarians. And right here in Gloucester, there was a very influential parliamentarian council, and that was a bit like our House of Commons, except that they didn't boo and bay and shout at each other like school children and infantile cretins like they do in the House of Commons today in 2025. No, they were sorting out serious shit properly and putting their balls on the line to do so. So, don't think about tossers like Starmer. Think Charles I and Prince Rupert. And sorry, I got sidelined there because, as I say, all these historic dates simply fade into insignificance. Anyway, it's a hell of a building and has a girt size on it, as they say around here, and I should know as I live in nearby Berkeley. Now, as you'd expect for a city with such history, it has a huge central shopping area, and also being the most inland port in the whole of the UK, it has many huge warehouses at Gloucester Quays, which is now also a huge shopping area. And Gloucester once traded in timber, and traded in iron, and even latterly aviation, with Gloucester Aircraft Company contributing to the Allied jet aircraft manufacture. Now, I'm a time-served airframe fitter from Filton in Bristol, and I've never heard of that, so there you are, every day's a school day. But this is Gloucester, a huge city with cramped and highly priced car parking. Huge Gloucester, which, like so many other cities in England, used to be cleaner, used to be more productive, used to be stronger, used to be safer, and would in years gone by have filled an Englishman's heart with pride. Right now though, you might get hit by an electric bike rider delivering fast food, or get mugged and stabbed in the so-called recreation park. England being incrementally weakened, broken down and swamped with ne'er-do-wells by our every politician in every office of every council of our land. Just as fast as the Romans incrementally built it up to such a strength back in whenever it was, our politicians are doing the opposite. When was that though? Domino Pizza, Anno Domini, Norman, Roman, Crusade, Conquest, I don't know, it was bloody ages ago. Now, I've talked a lot about Gloucester, but shown absolutely no shots of the main streets, I don't think. But there's a reason for that, and that is because if you visit Gloucester, the cathedral is the only thing really worth seeing, if you ask me. It truly is a magnificent building. Admission is free, but a donation is requested. And please do donate, because places like this really do still fill an Englishman's heart with pride, despite everything that's happening in our country today. The cathedral is really well worth a visit.